Urban Farm Project, Soil Restoration, Microbial Mass. For urban farms, backyard food builds, large-scale farms, consulting, coaching, health, business, water, and land. Hey everybody, just a little blurb. I started the Urban Farm Project, I think like in 2009. And I went back to school. The goal was that I wanted to start for my private practice, traditional osteopath work on animals and people. I wanted to go back to school and learn how to grow my own medicinal herbs so that I can make my own medicines. And that took me on like a really big journey. I did lots of different permaculture stays. I took all kinds of classes, from master pruning classes to, in the beginning, I did a lot of work for free. Obviously, when I was learning to do pruning, I would go and gift people for free. And, I kind of like to specialize in, edible landscapes or plants that are going to actually help the soil. And then I started being on larger scale farms, urban farms or peri-urban farms, people want to call them that. And then really started working with, more of the animals and things like that. I've always been around animals my whole life. Always been a little bit closer to nature, growing food and, all that kind of stuff. So wasn't that really far out of my wheelhouse. And so, I spent a lot of time, carrying stones and digging holes. And I ended up finding biodynamics on one of the farms that I was on in the compost. And this compost was alchemy. Like, it was the first time in my whole life I ever really understood alchemy, like turning something into gold, and what that represents and what that means. And so I've just, over the years now, I've just become like a really crazy nut over building biodynamic inspired composting for extreme microbial mass, and being able to use it for doing full-scale soil restorations, and being able to teach this to people. So I consult, and I travel. I've done summers at different properties, short-term, long-term, where I've helped educate people about growing food, creating microbial mass, and all of these different kinds of functions, and then, built core food productions. Mostly end up building for winter, so I can plant it before I leave, so that they have something that they can experiment with, and a place to grow food, and have seen how I put it all together. So I see people by Zoom meeting. I do this work on location. I travel. And I do this work in person. And so I also will be having some Udemy classes. I'm working on trying to get them done, but it's just, requiring extra money and things like that I don't really have. So it's taking me a little bit longer, but I will have some microbial mass beginner type compost classes, basics, on to start building soil restoration. So anyway, I will put some information down below, and you can reach me if you want, if that's kind of like what you're looking for, or you need some information. All right, thanks. Bridget Lynn Dolgoff, Conscious of Economics and Urban Farm Project.